Hello everybody, welcome back to another video of Noah Academy. Today, we'll be teaching you how to stop making stupid decisions. Now, recently the majority of us have been making very stupid decisions. Like, let's say you didn't study for a test, instead you procrastinated watching Instagram Reels, okay? You failed that test. The next week you have another test. You're like, it's gonna be different. Guess what you do? Stay up watching in Instagram Reels, and then you fail the test again. What do we call that? That was a stupid decision. Now, you may not notice it, but we make stupid decisions almost every single day. Everybody makes stupid decisions, okay? Everybody. Now, as we move on, we need to know the definition of stupid. What does stupid mean? Well, stupid is something lacking mental thought. Lacking mental thought. That means the majority of the stupid things that we do lack thought. So an easy solution would be just think about what you're doing. Think about before you do something. Now I will give you some options. Let's just erase this real quick. So let's write some bullet points. So this would be your goal. Your goal could be corrupted by a random choice. Okay? Second, ignored reasoning. You ignored reasoning. You ignored reasoning, so that means it was unrealistic. Okay, and then you were confused. Between, okay, necessity compared to, so this versus, you were confused with what a necessity was compared to what was sufficient. Meaning that you were confused by, should you have done the necessity, or would you do the thing that was sufficient enough? Now, what sufficient means in this example, it means that you are just looking for short-term pleasure, okay? You're not trying to do something important. You're trying to get it fast. So you're trying to get it fast. So that means people have fallen for most of these were preventing you from thinking. These were preventing you from thinking. And if we go back to what does stupid mean? Stupid is lack of thinking. Now, you can make any decision in your life. Some would be stupid, and others would not. So the process is thinking. That seems like the easy solution, but it's not. Okay. So I went ahead and created an acronym. Okay, so it could be L-O-G L-O-G-I-C. I-C. Okay? Logic. Because you need to use logic if you want to think. So I said L is lock in. Okay, L is lock in. For emphasis, that. O would be your options. G would be your grounded reasoning. I would be imagine your goal. And then C would be commit to it. Now, this is the operating system that we use now. So, your steps. So first you have to lock in. And what do we mean by that? So this is you, just an average person. Okay? And your attributes are you waste time, procrastinate, and you basically go through the day. Just go through the day. Now, I'm going to give you a little smile because your friends, your little squads, your Posse, they make life easy for you. But are they really helping you? Unless they are motivating you and you're motivating them back, that's how friendship should be. So if you guys both lock in, if you really enjoy spending time with your friends, I recommend you both lock in. Lock in together. Be successful together. Stop making stupid decisions together. Now, options. Options is pretty self-explanatory. You have, my bad. Options is pretty self-explanatory. You have options. So you have option one versus option two. So option one just so happens to leading you to be expelled from school. But option two, however, option two is where you want to be. Option two has you accepted into Stanford. Now, you might be wondering, Professor, I can't tell these would be the outcomes. Well, they would be pretty self-explanatory. For example, there would be the telling tales that you would know these would happen. For example, if you were to choose option one, when you started it, you would be noticing your grades slipping. So grades slipping. You notice that you give up, you lose hope. And that's those slow telling tales that you're going to go to option one because you're kind of dumb. Obviously, it'll lead something else, but that's just the general idea. The second option, you would notice your grades skyrocketing. And second, you would notice your parents are proud. Parents proud. So it's kind of a cycle. Now look, if your parents are proud of you, it motivates you to get better grades. And when you get better grades, your parents are proud of you. So it's an infinite cycle. But if your grades are down, you lose hope. And when you lose hope, your grades go down. So it's kind of the infinite cycle. So this is this general idea, reasoning of logic. So those are your options. Remember that. Now we move on to your grounded reasoning. Okay, so if we move on to grounded reasoning, I'm going to be honest, okay? I shouldn't be having to explain this. Grounded reasoning is super easy, okay? If you can, remember, thinking. Thinking is the equivalent of grounded reasoning, okay? So remember, if you think, it is not stupid. But if you don't think, it's stupid. Grounded reasoning. Now we got imagine, okay? So imagine. It means to imagine your goal. So this is you. You're happy with your life. But imagine how happy your life would be if you don't make stupid decisions and by the end of the time, you are in a penthouse on like a skyscraper with like a view of the ocean or something. So like the ocean back here. And you get to live in like the beach area. You know why? It's because you didn't make stupid decisions and start doing dumb stuff. So this would be your future house. I know it's kind of a bad drawing, but you know what I mean. This is the penthouse on a 5-story building. So if you want to imagine your goal, imagine how much you would love to be there. Have you ever been to the beach, saw the like $1 million house and be like, yo, I want to live there one day? Yeah, you probably have. Yeah. And then once you saw that, you'll be like, I want to do that. So by imagining it, you will motivate yourself. Further motivation. So you can consider your imagination is motivation. Imagination is motivation. So imagination is what? Imagination is what, class? Imagination is motivation. Just imagine yourself in the future that you want, okay? And now we have the final one, committing to it. By committing to what you really want to do, committing to your goal, you will be able to get there. So I'll give you a scenario, okay? So we have the people who want it, okay? So this is Ben, okay? And this is Charles. So Ben, they both want a penthouse. So Ben, okay, Ben, and then Charles. So Ben, he's a pretty happy guy, pretty content with his life, but he says he wants the house. He wants the penthouse. He wants to be facing the beach. But what does he do to get it? Nothing. He keeps living his life making dumb decisions. So can we assume he will get the penthouse? No, unless the dumb decision gets him $40 million. No. Now Charles, on the other hand. No, the name inspiration was completely from my mind just now. So Charles, on the other hand, he wants that penthouse. He's going to work hard for it. He knows by working hard, by investing in himself, he will be able to succeed. Invest in himself. He knows he'll be able to succeed one day. And that's why in 2056, Charles will be living in a penthouse. While Ben over here, in 2056, he'll be living in an apartment. Apartment. Yeah, that's kind of what it was. Also, Ben's name is Bensley, in case you guys were wondering. It's Bensley, not Benjamin. So, yeah. So now you know, by following the steps of logic, you'll be able to prevent yourself from making dumb decisions. And it's not just about making dumb decisions. It's about making smart ones. So if you could take out anything of this video, invest in yourself. Thank you. See you in the next one.